This is the Champion Tree Trail, which at this fork right here is probably my favorite spot of all of Blakeley Field, or Blakeley State Park. This right here is the branch that takes it to the Jackson Springs Trail. And what I like about on this branch right here is that there is a small creek once you're on this boardwalk that actually goes under it, and not too far is a bench here. You know, there's the branch from Champion Tree Trail, which continues on that way. Then Jackson Springs Trail is right here, and you can see we're on this boardwalk, and this boardwalk is basically in like a hole, because the trail goes down, goes along this boardwalk, and then back up. But anyways, while I'm walking this trail here, yeah, I've been looking for wildlife, and it is a beautiful day. You've got the babbling water coming over, some looks like buildup of trees there, so there is at least a little bit of a current through this water. But I was asked recently, somebody else that I caught on the trail, and they asked me what this pouch that I have on the side of my backpack, they thought it was maybe a first aid kit, and I was like, no, that is my carry-all for photo tools, and just things that I may need to get to. So what I thought would be a good time on this trail to do a kind of like a what's in my bag. I'm not going to go in depth in what I carry and what type of this and, you know, what's that, because, well, if you want to know about certain particular brands or anything like that of equipment you want to carry, then there's a plethora of videos on YouTube that will go over the latest and greatest equipment and how they, you know, a lot of them got sponsors, so they're always getting new gear and stuff like that. I have no sponsors. What I buy is what I use, so I'm not really going to go over particulars of what equipment and everything that I have, but I will, I'll give you an idea of what I carry in my backpack when I'm on a hike to do photography. Okay, well, because this is kind of boggy, there is a lot of mosquitoes around, but I wear good old DEET. Never go home on a hike without it. So I'm going to go ahead and unhook myself here. And I'm just going to go over real briefly on what I have with me whenever I go on a day hike. Okay, when I decide to go on a day hike, whether usually as far as what I'm wearing, that is season weather dependent. So it is actually probably our first day of fall here, and it's still probably 85. So I'm drenched, of course. I've already completed one hike. This is the second hike, and it's about it's right at 3 o'clock now, so the sun is starting to go down, so I'll finish up this one and head on home. But real fast, I figured I'd go over what is in the bag. So I always carry a tripod with me, mostly with the day hikes. It is this carbon fiber here. It is, I guess you can consider it kind of like a travel tripod. It is very light, and for when I'm doing any kind of exposures where I'm doing like an HDR or some panos, or if I'm getting down low, I'll usually use this tripod. I have another tripod which is another carbon fiber, but it's much bulkier. Doesn't weigh a lot. It was I got a video on it. It is a Artiste, and I've done 2 videos on that, so you could look at that. I've been very happy with it. Just a standard ball head. You know, like I said, nothing fancy about it. It does its job. It's light. It works. So I have the tripod on one side. The other side, I carry obviously a liter of water. This is actually, this is 700 and let me see, 700 milliliters here. If I'm going to be on a longer hike, and if it's really hot, I do have a liter bottle that I carry. I used to have a dedicated water bottle, but I found just by watching some hiking videos that water bladders and these Nalgene bottles, a lot of your dedicated hikers, they don't really carry those anymore. They have gone to these thin, long water bottles that basically these are disposable water bottles, but what I do and what they do is they just keep it and refill it. If you are one that would have one of those water filters, I can't remember what the name of them are, there's several of them. They're small, and what they will do is they will have a bladder bag, and they can go to on a trail and get the water, scoop up that water, and then attach the filter to it, and then the other side of the filter will thread right onto these type of bottles, and then they can squeeze that bag. It goes through the filter right into their water bottle, and you know, it's like 99.9% filtration of the water, and you know, they're good to go. I don't have one of those filters. I haven't really done extended hikes like that, so I can always refill my bottle at some water fountain, or get it filled up at a like a service station, or you know, anywhere I can refill the bottle, then I'm good that way. Another thing that I always carry, and this is carrying recently, you hear that woodpecker? That it goes by many names. I've heard it called a butt pad. I've heard it called a you know, beep beep pad. But anyways, this is like a foam material. It's water resistant, and you can see it folds up very small, and then boom, it unfolds, And then I can put this on the ground when I have to work on the ground, and I don't have to get my pants wet, muddy, or anything like that. So this has really helped out a lot. This was a recent purchase, and there's as far as how these go, there's a whole bunch of them out there. I paid $7 for this, I'll tell you that, off of Amazon, and I've seen these go up to $50, $60. It's a rubber pad. There's some that you can blow up that'll, you know, obviously pack much lighter and smaller, but this has really helped out. It's keeping my my butt clean when I have to sit down places. You can also, you know, work on a bench or something like that just to have a little extra cushion. So that's what I basically carry on this side of the backpack. And like I said, people have asked me about this pouch here, and like I said, this is what I consider my photo toolkit. It's basically everything that I'd need for odds and ends of my photography, and I'll go into that once I finish out this bag here. So this bag here, in this compartment, this is these eyeglasses, that's the case for it, and then I have a lens pen. I always carry a lens pen, and you'll see also when I get into the camera compartment, I do have a an air bulb in there. Those two things basically go hand in hand for keeping the lenses clean whenever I'm doing a lens change. So in this deep pocket, I carry the bracket, and then my two beep. This, try that again. This bracket here, and then I have the adapters for both my lenses. I carry two lenses. I've got a 24-70 and then a 70-200. Those are the two lenses that I take with me when I go hiking. If I'm going out for a particular type of hike, like birding or something like that, then I have a 600 millimeter that I'll usually carry. A lot of times I've been carrying my kit lens that I've had forever. It's an 18-135, which it's actually a fantastic lens for being a kit lens, and I'll carry that with the 600, with the 150 to 600 actually. So with these, not only is it the adapter for that, but also screwed into the adapter is a polarizing lens. I use a polarizing lens a lot, especially even in the shadow areas of the forest like this, because of its ability to enhance water and also the greens. I love to bring out the green saturation in a lot of my woodland type of photos. So this one is for that lens there, and then I have the other one here for the 70-200. Also in here, I do carry my extra batteries, and then the filters themselves for these two filters I brought today are an ND8 and an ND16. But I haven't really taken any hikes to where there's been a lot of running water. The running water back here, if it was, I guess, more water going through this creek, that little, it's not really a waterfall, but it's got like a break in the water there where it's going over some tree buildup that I could have used the ND filter there to give it a nice smooth look, but that won't be on the agenda for today. So that's what I keep basically in this front pocket. On the top is basically where I would keep everything that is not camera related. This is the place where I'll carry my lunch. I always bring lunch, snacks with me. If it was in the winter, I could have a jacket balled up in here. Sometimes I'll even have the jacket, and because of these straps here, I can put a thicker jacket on the front if needed. But you know, today, what I pretty much have always carried, oh, there's also in this little compartment here, there is a 30-gallon trash bag. This does have a rain cover, but I do have that 30-gallon trash bag to where if it's complete downpour, I can put the entire backpack into that trash bag, and then I know everything in here is going to be completely water-free. Like I said, I don't have a waterproof backpack, so it's not like I'm going to go forge a river with it. But also in here, this is my dedicated first aid kit. I consider it just a standard, you know, travel, hiking type of first aid kit. It's just going to have your standard assortment of band-aids, bandages. I've got, you know, ointment in here, some drugs in there like ibuprofen, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it's a standard kit. And also another thing in here is I do keep a rag. So if, you know, the lens gets fogged up, if I'm just sweating, you know, completely, I can always wet this and wipe my face down. Keep with it when it's dry. I can wipe off the camera. So, you know, it's got many uses for that. I don't leave home without having some kind of a towel. So that's what pretty much concludes everything that, other than camera equipment, that I carry. Now, what I carry in the backpack itself for camera equipment, a lot of times the load, like I said, the loadout varies. If I know that I'm going specifically to go and shoot macro photography, obviously this loadout will be different. I'm going to have my macro lens. I'll have extension tubes, you know, just have it set up to where I'm going to have things in here specific for the shoot. The loadout I have here is my general purpose, what I carry when I'm on a hike, because and I'm going to be shooting. So basically in this compartment here is where I would normally carry the camera, but most of the time when I'm on the hike, the camera's out and there's a camera clip on the front of my camera bag, so it'll clip right in there, and then basically it's kind of at the ready to shoot. But on this camera is the 24-70. Also, you'll notice that I use the L bracket. That is, to me, that's the must-have for any photographer that if you use a tripod, because with the L bracket you can mount the lens like this or like this, and you're still in your parallax for as far as if you're doing any kind of panos. Definitely a must-have. So in here I carry a 1.4 teleextender. That is for the 70-200, so that gives me a little bit of extra reach, because the 70-200 is a 2.8 dedicated. I don't lose autofocus or anything like that using the extender. So this is not, you know, the lightest lens out there in the world, but I've just recently got this within the last year, and this is a huge upgrade from the 70-200 that I had, you know, before that. So I keep that basically right in a dedicated little area right there. The 150-600 that I have, I basically keep the padding in here the same, but I remove this padding here because that the 150-600 will take up that entire space. I just flip this over, and that is where I would put the camera. So let's see. As I said, along with the lens pen, I always carry an air bulb because it's a must. So I keep that in here because I will give that a blast of air whenever I'm changing the lenses on the camera, just to make sure, with all the dust and everything floating around, that nothing gets on the camera sensor or the lens. Another thing I carry is I always take a flash. If I'm birding or something like that, another thing that I'd carry in the front would be a better beamer that would attach to this flash. Sometimes you just get in the woods and it can be, you know, bright daylight, but you just need to illuminate the subject just a little bit to take care of shadows. And also with birds, I like to use the flash because when it's done just right, you can get that little hint of a highlight in their eyes, and that, you know, really sets off any kind of bird photography. I carry a battery pack. So this is I couldn't even tell you how many. This is I think that is, I believe, yeah, this is 5,000 milliamp hour capacity. So I've had this for, God, 8 years. I have other ones that I use for traveling, stuff like that. This one has been basically relegated to just with my photography gear. If I need to top off the GoPro, this does a good job. I can also use it to top off my phone if I need to, but it's held up pretty well. Very good to have. Let's see, do I have anything in this one? That one's empty. This bag here, I have a remote control. Again, I always use a remote control because there's sometimes to when you don't want to have any movement in the camera, and you can always use your timer, but a lot of times if I'm doing multiple shots, it's just a lot easier to plug this into the camera and bang, 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 you know, the shots. And I know I'm not getting any movement. This is the bag for the GoPro that I'm using right now to record this. Inside here is the cord, and of course I would use the cord with this battery bank to charge it up. Another thing that I have taken on this hike that sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This was a Christmas present from my daughter about 2 years ago. Thank you, Melanie, very much. This is called a lens ball, and it is not something that I use all the time, but this right here has enabled me to do something a little bit different, to be a little bit more creative in my photography. And you would be surprised how many really great photographs you can get, even in the woods here, whether you're holding this, putting it on the ground, and then shooting through it. It's amazing what this thing will do. So it doesn't really add too much. It's got a little bit of heft to it, but it just gives you something else to shoot with, to add a little bit of extra flair to the outing when you're photographing. So, and of course, the last thing here is my lens strap. This is a, I can't even remember the maker. I've had this for probably 16, 17 years. I actually have several of them, but I always keep one in here just in case maybe I'm going to leave the bag in the truck and I want to have the camera you know, on a strap. This is a crossbody strap, and it's got a little pouch on it that I keep 2 extra memory cards in. So if I want to just grab the camera and go, I have extra memory cards in here. They say that this is actually supposed to be for like a battery, an extra battery, but the Canon batteries don't fit in it. But anyways, so I have a camera strap with me all the time just in case I want to just take the camera and go somewhere. Maybe a short hike that I can just leave all this into the truck. So, and these 3 pockets here, I have extra batteries for my flash, and then I still have some extra memory cards. You can never have enough memory cards. So that is the backpack. So what I'll do now is go over what's in this side pouch here, and we can open that up.